What's going on, everybody? Grant Mona here from the Sporting Tribune today. I got John Browner with me, Timothy Parker here with me. We got a good crew tonight. It's just us three. We have some different topics, maybe some question topics that we can get into. But it's good to see everybody. Tim, I'm going to start with you. It's good to see you again. Obviously, NFL training camps have opened. The trade deadline for baseball is coming up. And Kawhi is still on the Clippers, by the way. But Tim, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm ready to get to some football, man. The World Cup saved us. The World Cup saved us from that period, from the NBA Finals to training camp, and now it's finally here. I'm ready for some football, and also I'm finally for LeBron to make a darn decision. It's time. Enough's enough.
John, what's going on, man? How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there, man. I'm hanging in there. I'm waiting. I can't make a decision on what I want for dinner. So I'm waiting to announce it.
Do we have options at least?
What are the four?
Can we put like a poll in the stream?
Yeah.
I got salmon. Okay. Dino nuggets. Mac and cheese. Or Five Guys burger. Those are my options right now. I'm weighing them. They all got.
What does the family want? What does the family want? That's what's most important to you, right?
That's true.
That's the menu. That's the menu of I got listen, TMI, I got 5 kids, man. Everybody got the menu around here is the roster is deep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The nightly roster around here is deeper than this show.
That's a deep roster.
Right. Lots of food on the menu.
So we do have some things on the menu for tonight's show. I want to get to, first of all, the trade deadline for baseball. I think this is the latest trade deadline for the MLB in a long time. Usually it's July 30th, July 29th, whatever it is. It's August 3rd this year, so they're giving teams some extra time. Now, I don't think that the Dodgers need to make any trades at all. I think they're set. They're just waiting on their guys to come back. But obviously the Dodgers being who they are.
That is their trade.
And exactly. They're getting a lot of all-star caliber players back via trade, but it's just injury. But Andrew Friedman is always around the trade deadline. He's always talking to people. And Tim, your team, obviously the Phillies, I would hope that they would be in the buyers category, looking for some pieces to add to their team. But for the Dodgers, do you even think that they need to go out and get somebody? Obviously, Tarek Skubal is the one that everyone's talking about the most because he's the best pitcher on the planet. In some people's eyes, in some people's eyes, he isn't. But do you think they even need to make any big splashes? Do they need to go get a Tarek Skubal? What do you think?
The Dodgers? Absolutely not. Like we just said, their injured reserve list, the IL, is their trade deadline. We saw it the last couple of years when Blake Snell came back later in the year. Will Smith's going to come back later in the year. All-star caliber players that's going to propel you over the top once again. And honestly, beyond the Dodgers, if you are Philadelphia, if you are any of these teams, what does it matter? I think Skubal is obviously one of the best pitchers on the market, but it's not going to get you over the top of the Dodgers. I think unless the Dodgers does have a bad series, it's not going to take anybody over the top. The Dodgers are far and above superior than everybody else when they are at full strength. And we know by October they're going to be at full strength because they're going to rest everybody, let them heal up until it's late September playoff time. So what are we even talking about? I hate to be that Debbie Downer for everybody else. It's the Dodgers and everybody else.
I don't think you're being a Debbie Downer, Tim. I think you're just being realistic. Like, in years past, you can make the case like, oh, they need maybe one more piece, or they need that extra starter. Now, adding a Tarek Skubal would just be something that's so far over the top that I don't even know how I could comprehend it, because
it doesn't even matter.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you're the Tigers, even if you're the Tigers, like, I wouldn't even want to give Tarek Skubal to the Dodgers. I just wouldn't even push for any of that. But the Dodgers, listen, like I said, Andrew Friedman loves to be around the trade deadline. He loves to be aggressive at the deadline, even when maybe he doesn't need to. So I expect them to be in talks. I just don't expect them to do anything. They'll probably just hear people out and maybe gauge some offers for the offseason. But John, this Dodgers team, obviously it's stacked already. what would Tarek Skubal being added to the Dodgers do for not just the Dodgers, but like for baseball?
Baseball's already going on strike after this anyway, so go ahead.
I was gonna say it's inevitable, right?
Go ahead, man. Listen, as a Padre observer and a rooter and a person who covers them loosely, do it. To me, I want to see how big the monster can get. I want to see how big the monster can get. I want to see how fat this payroll could get. I don't know what they have to give for Tarek Skubal to the Detroit Tigers. I don't know how in depth. I don't know the farm system to that degree of what the Dodgers have. But if Tarek Skubal is truly on the market and available with the Tigers contending, I think they're going to have to cough up a boatload to get him prospect wise. And so adding him to your roster, do you win the World Series in what, 3 games as opposed to 4? Like, I don't.
Yeah, like, what's the point?
I guess
it's
just
not
to
just
see how big the monster can get. This baseball is going to get locked out. And it's going to get locked out because there's a salary cap coming and the players think they can fight it. What they don't understand is the guys making $350 million can fight it. The guy making next to nothing cannot. So as much as you think that, these Latin guys can go back to their home country and their money stretches longer there, they like living here for a reason. So as much as you think that money can go far and you guys have some type of system set up because the Major League Baseball Players Union is the best union in professional sports, you still cannot beat that check on the 1st and the 15th, partner. Period. End of story. So it's time. Every sport has it. Every major American sport has it, with the exception of golf, which doesn't need it because it's not a team sport. They've gotten along a long time without it. So to me, build this monster as big as you can get it. Win the World Series. Have all the talent you need. 3-peat, because we haven't had I don't think we've ever had a 3-peat in baseball. So I would like to see
Yankees.
Yankees
in the 19 what?
97? No, as the 90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah, 97, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the 20 years ago. Show it to me again. And again, as an observer, but as a watcher, they have watchable talent. So if you're going to 3-peat, entertain me. I'm not entertained by the Diamondbacks. I'm not entertained by, I like the Phillies, but there's not a lot out there. I'm not entertained by what the Braves do. Or like the Yankees, the Red Sox winning 15 straight.
The Brewers. Everyone's talking about the Brewers right now, John.
Almost cursed. Bro, listen. Didn't we see this movie last year?
Yeah.
The same thing last year. Oh, the Brewers got this, and the Brewers, they're feisty. They're tough. Boy, them booty holes shrunk when they saw the Dodgers come to town.
Yes, they did.
Boy, they saw that blue come. Boy, they saw that blue come to town. Boy, they shriveled up so hard you didn't know what was going on.
I think they actually would be scared to face the Dodgers again, considering Shohei Ohtani
Anybody
had
would.
all-time historic in all of sports performance against you. You're darn right I don't want to play you again. That's nightmarish stuff. Dude hitting 3 home runs and throwing darn near a no-hitter? Come on, man. That's crazy.
Again, I'm not a fan. I hate the Dodgers. I just want to be very clear, so this is not misunderstood by anybody. I hate the Dodgers. I love greatness.
That's why you want the Warriors to get LeBron.
Correct. I can take my hat off to a well-run organization and what Mark Walters is doing and how the Dodgers are operating, how they're outsmarting the rest of baseball, because to me, you don't bother the Mets. It doesn't bother the Yankees. It doesn't bother the Giants. It bothers the Rockies. It bothers it bothers the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. It bothers these feeding teams like the Reds and the Pirates with these owners who make money no matter what team is. They make money whether somebody comes in that stadium or not, which is a mystery to me. But their payroll is so tiny, you're hurting your fan base. You're hurting the lifeblood of your organization.
So, John, I think the argument for the cap is for those teams. Like, also, it's not just a floor. Yeah, a floor where you guys have got to start spending some money a little bit too.
My original deep dive into is a salary cap good or bad for Major League Baseball, I found that there are more than 17 teams that would be under the spending floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
17?
There are more than half the teams are under what would be the projected spending floor for the salary cap. There are only 6 teams above what would have been their projected salary cap. Only 6 above, almost, I think it was 16 below the floor.
Absolutely believe that.
And so to me, the work needs to be done to the teams underneath the floor of it. And I think this would raise the competitive balance for the teams at the bottom. Because to tell me there's not enough players to go around, I don't believe you. What I believe is these guys, they play by the rules and they want the most money possible. If the Dodgers can finance and do that and get guys to defer, then that's better for them. You need to figure it out, or we need to cap this thing. And the people down here want to cap this thing, not realizing, oh, wait, how much more I got to spend?
Yeah, and the players like Bryce Harper, who like basically disrespected the commissioner to his face.
Yes.
He disrespected the commissioner to his face. They're only thinking about the top players who can get $1 billion potentially down the road.
Correct.
They're not thinking about the Alex Call on the Dodgers who ain't making no money. Those guys need a salary cap so they can stay and get paid, because they would get nothing. They would get nothing if it wasn't for a salary cap.
Right. When you look around and you see some of these guys getting these NBA contracts, and we make fun of Josh Hart's contract all the time on this show, but you know how many baseball players would trip their mother down a flight of concrete stairs for a Josh Hart contract? And so therefore, and if you notice, they're pretty much gutting the minor league experience because they know that they're preparing to salary cap. If you look at how many minor league teams are disappearing, they're doing this because they're preparing to trim the fat, because they know what they're going to do. The players need to wisen up. The guys with these $300, $400, $500 million contracts, you won, dog. You won. But there are, 17, 18, 19 guys within your organization that need to win too. Yeah. And so to me, the Players Association isn't doing itself any favors by fighting this. The best thing to do is to get the best salary cap deal you can get for your guys and move forward. Because again, everybody's already playing by this rule. What baseball thinks makes it special, it's not. It's not.
And you already got guaranteed contracts. That's the one thing you can't lose. As long as you don't lose.
Football to me has the worst contracts.
But with the most
players,
risk.
It's
for the players,
it's the best for the fans, because that's what makes it because we got guys out there who want to play on a broken toe because they know they have to get paid. But like you got in the NBA, you got players like AD, with a broken pinky. Like I don't want to, but he's known to sit out for injuries that like a football player would scoff at. I got a question for you, Grant, when it comes to the salary cap and Skubal. Is it critical that whoever trades for him signs into a long-term deal, considering that this cap is coming up?
I would say yes, just because, like, you look at the teams that have been brought up in this conversation for Skubal. The Rays have been brought up as a team that would be interested in Skubal. And the reason I say that is because the Rays are the best team in the American League right now. They have a treasure trove of prospects that the Tigers would probably covet. And they're trying to win their first title in their franchise's history. But if he goes to Tampa Bay, is he a rental? Is he a guy that would accept a deal from a team like the Tampa Bay Rays?
Being a part of these trades is that they can tie Xander Bogaerts' contract to whoever trades for Mason Miller. And I tell you, I laughed so hard at that because the Rays were in that conversation. I went, nope, they don't have the money. And it was another. Seattle was in there. They don't have the money. Yeah. So now when you talk about doing something of that nature, there's only 2 teams that can do that were on that list: the Yankees and the Phillies, because they have the financial wherewithal to absorb a contract like Xander Bogaerts to get Mason Miller, who's under control for 3 more years. And so this idea that the trade market is so robust and there's so much out there, it's not really, bro. It's not really. It's Mason. It's Byron Buxton. It's Luis Arise, and it's Tarek Skubal. And again, if you're the Dodgers, if you're the Yankees, if you're at this point the Red Sox, because they're on fire.
Yeah, the Red Sox.
You can financially absorb that. The Texas Rangers have big pockets, but they're not as good this year. But you can absorb that amount of money that is going to take to retain him. I would not make this move if I can't retain him, because what it's going to take to get him.
I don't know if I cut. When did I cut out? Did I just dip out of here?
Yeah.
You took a chronic break.
Yeah.
I was too busy talking about Tarek Skubal, and they were like, "Oh, you got to cut it to the Rays. Really, cut it out, man."
I think the question is, if you're the Dodgers, are you scared? Because they already have all these guys who are making a lot of money
that are hurt and not playing.
But so looking down the road with a cat, now you got to ask yourself, can we afford Skubal? So I don't think I think I'm answering my own question here. The Dodgers can't be, because there will be potentially a salary cap down the road, and they know they're going to be way over automatically.
Well, John, haven't you said that before? Like, I think John was the one that said they're going to try to get everybody while it's still possible. Like, that's why they want to go get Tarek Skubal. Go get him before anything's enacted, because then you could be like, we signed the contract already. It's baked in. You can't do anything to us.
And again, this is why I think they're going to outsmart everybody, and everyone else is going to be caught with their pants down again. They're going, if they move and they get Tarek Skubal, they're going to sign him, and so then he will already be under their umbrella. So when they go to negotiate what the cap actually is, they're going to work in something that says, hey, man, we already had this money under the old rule. So we should get a percentage of some type of lien where you don't completely put that pressure on us that all these other teams who were not spending. So we, as the Dodgers, as an organization, we'll just vote no. We'll vote no. And if they vote no, they can talk other people into voting no. And then at that point, you can trick some of the people at the very bottom who don't want to come up to the floor to vote no. And now you got a problem within the ownership group.
Owners, yeah.
Because you got to think about it this way. Some of these guys, they didn't even want to do collective bargaining.
Yeah.
The Yankees didn't want to do collective bargaining. The Red Sox, the Phillies, these teams, the Cubs, by the way, of all people, didn't want to do collective bargaining. The Cardinals didn't, because they know these owners are not putting in the proper effort to make their teams competitive year after year. And because of that, I think there are teams that if the on the owner's side, if they don't capitulate to what the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Phillies, some of these really high payroll teams want to do when it comes to circumventing some of that, because they already have large caps, they're going to just blow the whole thing up and be like, fuck it, we can afford it anyway. You can't. Like, I'm not the problem. You are. I can afford the lights in my house. You can't.
Yeah.
And look at these contracts, right? Like look at the teams that these guys are on. So LA, New York, Philadelphia, New York.
Correct.
Texas, I guess, okay, Dallas, whatever. New York.
Yeah.
The Rangers got money.
County,
the Rangers have money.
Yeah, right. They have plenty of money, but I'm saying it's all the big markets. You don't see any like these teams, like, just for example, Atlanta. I was going to bring this up earlier. The Atlanta Braves, they have done a great job building up their team. But these guys that they've offered the contracts to, the Michael Harrises of the world, the Ozzie Albies of the world, even the Acuna, the Olsen deals, all of those were so much less than what those guys could have gotten on the open market, and they signed back with Atlanta.
I can't let you see now. This is when you have to. If we're going to credit the Dodgers for being a smart organization and finding ways to pay these guys, you have to credit Atlanta for paying guys early.
Yes, very early. It was like after year one, after year two, after one breakout year, they locked their guys up and did it the right way. And also, they made it so that the culture that they built, these guys are like, yeah, of course I want to sign here. I want to be here for the long haul. And they're way under what they could be paid.
Bro, this is why Freddie Freeman was crying when he left.
Yeah.
What they have built in Atlanta is a blueprint for people who can't afford to do what the Dodgers and the Mets and the Yankees and the Phillies can do. When you get young talent, gamble on the young talent. I think maybe it was the Mariners, but somebody, maybe not the Mariners, but somebody signed a kid to a 10-year deal before he played a game in Major League Baseball.
Well, I was going to say Julio Rodriguez, but he played already.
Right. This kid was this year.
Yeah.
But my point in saying that is smart organizations can actually make that investment knowing that what we cannot afford. The Padres did this with Jackson Merrill. The Padres did this with Fernando Tatis Jr. Yeah. They knew down the line, we believe in this kid. We're going to give him a lot of money now. So this 15, 20 million that looks like a lot to him 3 years ago, when he could have had 40 or 50 on the open market, we win.
Yeah.
So, and now if they ever fall sideways with him, the contract's absolutely movable, and you control them for 6 or 7 years. And so I think that's the direction that we're going to see teams going, really investing in their young product, as opposed to like, we all know this. The matter is win. Paul Skenes will not end his career in Pittsburgh.
No.
Pittsburgh's not a small market. Pittsburgh can pack that stadium.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is
it is.
Pittsburgh can pack that stadium to where they can generate revenue based around signing that guy in particular. Shohei Ohtani has already paid for his contract already with the advertising money that came over from a whole nother country. So they beat the system by paying the guy, but they knew this. It's the Pirates' fault that they don't know how to market the most marketable player in baseball outside of Ohtani.
Wait a second. You can't market somebody if you don't win. It's just one guy. The Dodgers. The Dodgers can advertise or promote Shohei Ohtani because he's on a behemoth of a team. The Angels can promote him at all.
They could. I mean, but he was on the Angels, but he was still one of the biggest athletes. No, come on.
Because the Angels don't have the mechanisms to promote him the way the Dodgers did. I don't think it's about roster, because if you promote Paul Skenes, you put him on television, he's on every Saturday, Sunday, or TBS or whatever they're doing. Yeah. They call Major League Baseball and say, we want to keep this guy, but to keep this guy, we got to pay this guy. So y'all got to put us more on TV. Paul Skenes got television deals. Paul Skenes got commercials. So he's extremely marketable. The Pirates are not doing their due diligence in their own stadium, in their own organization, to make sure that they have the financial wherewithal to pay him whatever he is needed, because they sell out the day he pitches every time.
But they don't win, so it's not sustainable.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. He wins.
Okay.
All right, fellas.
They don't win.
All right, fellas. Good convos. We'll continue when we come back here on the Sporting Tribune today. All right, we are back on the Sporting Tribune today. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for listening on all audio platforms, on YouTube, on X. I'm here with Tim Parker, John Browner. So we were talking about the salary cap and stuff like that. I wanted to bring up one more team. And Tim, you mentioned this last night when we were talking about the Dodgers and how they do all the little things well. But you talked about how, yes, they do spend their money, but they do also have a focus on all the intangibles, right? And getting into all this, we failed to mention that the New York Mets are paying some of the highest salaries in Major League Baseball, and they are absolutely awful. And I feel like that is going to be used in some way in these CBA negotiations, where they're going to use the Mets as an example, and they're going to use the Brewers on the other side as an example and say, well, listen, the Brewers are building up this team with guys that are on minimum contracts or low $1 million contracts, and they're better than the Dodgers right now. In theory, in the regular season, on record. But then you go to the Mets, they're absolutely atrocious, and they're spending as much as they possibly want. So this is where, like you said, John, it's going to be a very hard decision for the MLB and the players to come to an agreement here where one thing makes sense for one team, and then it really doesn't on the very drastic end of it on the other side, and then you're in limbo. You're in limbo again with these negotiations. It seems like they already are. There is reporting now that they want to not have high schoolers come out into the draft. They want them to go to college, much like you see in college basketball and in the NFL and college football, where they want them to go to college for a few years. And that goes back to the first question of the minor leagues being trimmed. So I feel like are so many roots underneath this that are going to have to be addressed to where I don't know if the players are going to agree this quickly on anything that the owners present or that MLB presents.
Yeah, we're not playing baseball in April next year. You can book that.
And then that begs the question, how many games do you think they do play? Like, how long do you think these and I know it's super early. We're like a year away. But, like, are we going back to, like, the 62-game season or whatever it was, 60-game season?
At minimum, 82.
Because it was like that in 94, right? Where it was the Expos and the Indians at the time, the Guardians now. Where the
Cubs were good, too.
Right, so there was a bunch of good teams.
The White Sox were going to win the World Series that year.
And the Expos had the best chance in their history. That's it. So I don't know if we get to that point.
I'm gonna say this because this is what I believe. I don't believe there'll be a season at all.
Oh,
I don't think there will be a season.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think there's going to be a season at all because this means too much to the players. This is if you're these current players. Outside of Bryce Harper, who understands economics, ironically, of all these guys, they know that the salary cap's going to fall on their watch. Of all throughout the entirety of baseball history, the strongest union, they're going to be broken, and it's going to happen on their watch. And I think that's...
But to your point earlier, John, how long can like a Bryson Stott or Alex Call or some guy who just got called up last without getting paid? That's going to be. I think that's because they are the majority of the union.
But this is when, if you're the union, and we'll see if the union really knows what they're doing. This is when you have already pumped enough money into this to say, "Hey guys, listen, during the strike, this is what we can give you now." Every every guy on your team, you have a guy making $300 million. We're going to help. That guy's contract is going to help supplement some of y'all pay. Now, they may not like it, but if y'all really want to get this thing solved, this is what we're going to have to do. Like, again, some of these guys make $20 to $25 million a year. And the Padres have 3 of those guys. 3 of them. Ohtani alone can supplement all the low-level guys.
Yeah.
Like, so you need to work as a union to beat this. I don't think they will, because greed is a motherfucker. I think to beat this, you literally need the guy making $300 million to bite the bullet and supplement some of these really low-end guys who, like we talked about before, they can't make it. They can't survive.
Yeah, we're not playing baseball, as you said. It's not going to happen. Yeah.
We're not playing. Man. Bro, we're not playing, bro.
But I'm saying there's more of those lower level guys who are going to go to the union and say, "Hey, I need to get paid. I need to get back on the field."
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the push.
That
gets us a half a season next year.
But I'm telling the union finna tell these dudes, man, listen, because if you look at the demo again. I know I'm going to get some flack for this, but I'm just telling y'all the truth because somebody got to say the thing out loud. The demographics in baseball are not truly represented by the American demographics across our country.
Yeah.
So I guarantee if Major League Baseball, the Players Association is smart, they will tell these dudes, take your money back to your home country. It will go further there than coming back here and trying to, live the lifestyle. Go back to the Dominican, go back to Colombia, go back to your home country where your money's worth more and wait this thing out as long as you can. They'll
play in leagues there. They'll play in leagues there.
Thank you.
Respectfully, you can send me to Colombia too for different reasons. But yeah,
tonight. If the Players Association are smart, you look at what the Savannah Bananas are doing. You do something like, hey man, listen, we know how the World Baseball Classic is structured. We, at the Players Association, to help put money in people's pockets, we gonna do a little tournament next summer. We're gonna play some games in the Dominican Republic. We're going to play some games in
Okay.
Mexico. We're going to play some games in Japan. But they got to know how to do that to supplement these guys on the lower end. And, hey, listen, we want Bryce Harper to play. We want Manny Machado to play. We want Ohtani to play. You are the host country. You're the face of this particular country. We're not going to pay you because we want this money for the other guys. You make $25 million a year. Like, this has to be something that they already figured out. Me saying it out loud and one of them hearing this and going, hey, call him. Don't call me.
And you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, remember in the 2011 NBA lockout, and it's not the same thing because these guys weren't getting paid for it. I mean, maybe they were, I don't know. But they all went to like Rucker Park, and they went to like local gyms, and they went and played in these little tournaments. And people came out in droves for that. There were thousands of people at Rucker Park packed to see Kevin Durant. And there were like,
here's why. LeBron
went to the Drew League, or he went and played in pickup with like these players that he never would have played with. It was sick.
This is why. Now, remember, because this is also a part of the lockouts nobody talks about. The players always lose because the fans can get mad at the person who they know what they look like. I own your jersey. I'm pissed that you're not playing. They don't know what the owner looks like. The owner could pull up to next to him in a stoplight. The average fan wouldn't know. They'd be like, oh, that's a nice car, old man. The reason why the lockout didn't hurt the NBA, because the NBA had guys going around the league, and trust me, the union told them this. They had guys going. Kevin Durant was playing wherever a basketball was bouncing. You had these type of guys who generally love playing, but there are already places in America that are set up for guys to just go, like the Drew League, like Rucker, Dykeman. There are places where Chicago has a great open run, a great pro-am. There are places where these guys can go, where you can then put it on TV.
Look at this, man.
And watch it.
Oh, this is crazy.
Remember this?
Oh my god!
This thing was just
Remember how great
local
this was? Bro, these gyms were packed, elbow to shoulder, free of charge, and these things. This was on television.
Bro, look at this. Is crazy.
Can you imagine some of this? You just because the lead, they ain't gonna play, so guys just start rolling around and start playing, and this is why the players never suffered any backlash. And this is why the owners caved. Because remember, they got 50, I think they were looking for 51.1% or some crazy number like that, which translated into like $200 million. They got it because the owners were feeling the pressure because the guys were out playing.
Yeah.
Bro, these guys are at local high school gyms, Tim. Look at this.
That was the Palestra in Philadelphia, where the University of Penn plays.
Kobe was doing this.
To your guys' point about the owners, they can hide, particularly the ones who can hide the most are the ones who will benefit the most. The owners of the Marlins, the owners of the Brewers. Because in Philly and New York and LA, we know the owners of the team. They can't roll around in those diehard cities. They'll be like stone. You know what I'm saying? So like those markets where I'm telling you, like people in Philadelphia know who John Middleton is. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody in even Texas, they don't know who the heck the owner of the Texas Rangers is.
You're right, but you know what those guys are gonna do? They're gonna go to wherever they own their other business. You'll never see them in Philly. These guys have other teams overseas. They'll just go over there, like that. And this is why this never impacts the owners. This is why they can wait. All these guys own something else that is equally valuable to them. This is a toy. These franchises are toys. That's why most of these guys also own soccer teams now in the Premier League.
Yeah. I think LeBron does he not?
Who?
LeBron, I think he owns a part of it.
Has a piece. He has a piece.
Manchester United. Like these, they own things that when it's like, okay, y'all mad about this? Well, I'll wait. I'm gonna go to this other thing that makes me money in a whole nother country. Oh, if you're the Denver Nuggets, you go on strike. He don't care. He just go to Rams games. He don't care.
And the Avalanche too.
You go to Avalanche games, bro. He don't care. Yeah. He don't care. I think his brother-in-law, the Waltons, the Walmart family, they're gonna be the team they're gonna be the people who buy the Vegas team. They just go to Vegas and watch a game.
And the other thing, John, too, is these NBA players, they already love going back to play for their country. Like, Valanciunas left the Nuggets to go play in Lithuania. Jokic can't wait to get out of America to go play back there. Bogdanovic goes out there to Serbia, and he's a living legend out there. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was at Team Canada camp and played games this summer for Team Canada. Benedict Mathurin was out there. Like, all these guys went back to their countries and played anyways.
Because
baseball.
The luxury that basketball has that I don't think a lot of other sports have. These guys genuinely just like playing basketball.
Yeah.
Because it's in your blood. You don't need to be that organized to get three guys together for some 3-on-3 or a game of 21. You know how much shit you got to go through to get people to play baseball?
You're not getting 9 people coming out to Jackie Robinson field in Pasadena.
Bro, you're not getting 9 people from the hood. No,
it's not happening. Yeah.
Look at this dude. This dude, LeBron, was playing flag football with Kevin Durant.
Just having fun.
Bro, imagine this now. It'd be like the biggest story in sports. Like, why are these? Should they be out there? Why are they out there?
This is where I think the Baseball Players Association needs to wake up. They absolutely need to wake up. I mean, listen. If this was the NBA, these guys would be playing the TBT.
You want them to cave? You want the players to cave?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely. Because again, they're the only ones that are going to get hurt. The fans are only going to be mad at them. They're only going to be mad at the jersey they have in their closet that they can't put on. They're only going to be mad because in the summer, this is really when people get to take their families to do something out in the sun, and a time where they normally don't get to do that. The distraction in the summer of baseball is why it still exists.
Yeah.
And when that goes
without
away,
the World Cup, we would have been all baseball.
And when that goes away next year, they're not going to look and say, "Who's the owner?" They're going to go, "I own a Machado jersey. I own a Ohtani jersey. I own a Freeman jersey. I own a Betts jersey. I own a old Barry Bonds jersey. Why they ain't playing?"
Well, the good news, unlike '94, is that '94 they struck. They went on strike in the middle of the season after the World Cup.
Correct.
This time around, at least we'll have the Women's World Cup next year as a distraction for that first half of the season if they don't play the first half of the season. But that's all. That's all. Listen. That's all we got, man. That's all we got on their side, man.
Oh my goodness, bro. Women's World Cup.
It's a fact. Women, hey, man. The women's actually winning in the United States. Yeah.
Man, I won't get this show in no trouble, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
You're not a Brandy Chastain fan, John?
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What you doing? I'm gonna get all us in trouble.
I'm gonna save you. I'm just gonna say this.
I've learned to hold my tongue, y'all. Trust me.
We got an after show in 8 minutes. But players.
What I think about that, I can't say nowhere. Nowhere, no cameras.
Okay.
Even the post show's off limits.
I can't say what I truly believe about that. I can't say that nowhere, brother. Sorry.
All right, hold on, Tim. Go ahead. You're gonna finish your point. Were you gonna finish?
No, that's it. I was trying to give baseball a little grace, but they don't have none.
Well, listen. I go back to. I remember, John. I think you mentioned this a few minutes ago. Is that in 2020 when there was no baseball, there was no football, there was no basketball, right? And then everyone was like, "Who's gonna be the first sport to come back?" Nobody really had a plan. And then baseball came back first, and everybody tuned in because it was the first sports of any kind in months.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And MLB capitalized on that, where they had all the eyes on the beginning of the baseball season. And how are they going to do it? Let's take notes. The NBA saw how they did. Oh, it was a bubble. Oh, 2 bubbles. Okay. So everyone was watching baseball, and I don't know how they're going to capitalize on that. Like, it's going to be the same thing when there's no baseball. It's going to be like, oh, we kind of missed that sport. I wish they would come back. Somebody do something.
I don't know, man.
But there is a contingent of fans that would be doing that. I'm not saying it's to the level of if the NFL wasn't there or if the NBA wasn't there. It would not even be close to that. But I'm saying there would be like, oh man, like we have these contracts we just signed with TVs, like TV deals with Apple and NBC, and product.
What I can say is this: I think I'll be okay with this. If the WNBA, if they strike and they don't play, and the WNBA doesn't surpass baseball because they struck, they never will. Because if you remember, at one point in time, NASCAR was supposed to pass baseball. Baseball is the sport that everybody says that the next sport will pass. MMA is supposed to pass baseball. NASCAR is supposed to pass baseball. All these sports are supposed to pass baseball. They never do because this window has never been open.
That's actually a great point.
If baseball's dumb enough to open this window, and there's a lot of things wrong with the WNBA. They're not dumb. They know how to fill space. They're already talking about adding 20 more games to their season.
Yeah.
If you don't think they won't bump that up the second that they see, now, oh, wait, they're not going to play at all. Okay, put it on TV everywhere.
Every night.
And every channel that used to have baseball, they're going to get a call from the WNBA. Say, hey, let's.
Yeah, no, NBC, instead of Sunday Night Baseball, it's Sunday Night W.
We got some live content.
Cool. We got the real estate.
Because the networks know. Everybody knows this is coming, except it feels like the Players Association. So if this window opens up, there's going to be a couple of sports that can get like this off-brand football that gets played after the Super Bowl, whatever this is.
Oh, was it?
UFL, whatever.
XFL?
Whatever.
I don't even know.
UFL.
Okay.
UFL.
MFL, AF, whatever.
Yeah.
A window will open up for these sports, these off-brand sports, these B-brand sports, these, generic cereal box sports, to make a name for them. As Gambit said in Deadpool Wolverine, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think the players, what should they do? Because they're aware of this. Because they all were asked about this at All-Star Weekend, and they all were defiant. They all were defiant. None of them said they were back now.
They could say that now.
Okay, well, yeah. That's why we're not playing until at least July next year.
How many hits can you take in the wallet? How many?
That's what I was going to say. They're saying that now. When it starts to actually hit them.
And even if you make $25 million a year, you probably spend about 10 of it.
And even still, I'm saying even still, they won't necessarily feel that pain until May. They're not even going to talk until May.
Well, that's cool. Cool. You play that game if you want. You play that. Nothing gets solved when people are lobbing rocks at each other. At the end of the day, everybody's going to have a conversation to get this thing resolved. So why not start there? It's business. If both parties walk away upset, but a deal is made, then that's a great deal. And that's the mentality that they're going to have. Both parties will have to come to the table knowing that they're going to lose something. The owners have already said, if there is no salary cap, we don't care what the rest of the stuff is. So how about y'all make y'all meet up on the other stuff and just let that salary cap thing go and milk them. And you take advantage of all the trimmings. Let them eat that big piece of steak that is the salary cap. You get dessert. You get the appetizer. You get to order alcohol. You do all that. You let them have that steak, bruh. You let them have that steak, but you eat everywhere else around that. Because at the end of the day, they're not saying we don't want to pay you this money. We're saying one team can't pay somebody all this money. You just got to get your money in Milwaukee or Tampa Bay.
Ooh, yikes. Milwaukee.
Or Arizona.
All right,
Colorado.
That's a good point. Listen, before we get to the post show, I wanted to hit this Kawhi update that kind of dropped. I don't think there is an update. I truly don't even know if this investigation is even done. But you brought up a good point here, and you brought up a good question, John. Will the Kawhi aspiration investigation wrap up first, or will LeBron make his decision first? Ooh. I know you touched on this, but what do you think? I think LeBron makes his decision first.
I think I think the aspiration thing is already done. I really do.
That's the report from today.
I think this is cross your T's, dot your I's situation. Make sure all your punctuation. I think this thing's already done. And I think there's an internal reason. We talked about this before on other pods. I think there's an internal reason why they're not announcing it. I don't necessarily think that there's going to be any severe punishment. I think they're going to allow all parties to play dumb, with the exception of Uncle Dennis. This is where Kawhi's going to get hit. But the way he gets hit, Toronto's going to have to approve of this, because remember, the owners, Davis Stern, Adam Silver works for the owners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So therefore, he's going to have to capitulate this suspension. So I don't think it's going to be half the season. I don't think it's going to be the whole season. I don't think they're going to terminate the contract. I think it's going to be 10 to 15 games, which he misses 10 to 15 games anyway during the year. He'll get 2 months off. He'll be able to start at Christmas when the season should start anyway.
Yeah,
and then you cooking. This LeBron thing, vanity's disgusting. It really is.
Tim.
Yeah, the LeBron thing is just annoying at this point. You know it's a big deal, or it's gotten to the point of annoyance when no one is even reporting on it anymore. They have exhausted everybody. No one cares anymore. Nobody's even reaching out to Rich Paul anymore. It's gotten to the point where you just don't care. And it's exhausting. Even the fans who want him to come to their team don't care. And like, people in Philly are like, just let us know, bro. Like it's actually, what's going to happen with this LeBron thing is that he's going to turn himself into Miami LeBron again. Simply for this weight. All these teams who didn't get picked
are going to be mad.
Look at him like a villain again, like it's 2011. Because this is disgustingly long. And it's like, as John said, vain. It's ridiculous, LeBron. Like, come on. It's like, it take me less time to choose a house. Like, what are we talking about? Like, come on, man.
My favorite report was he went to sleep. He knew his team he wanted. Then he woke up and he changed his mind.
He spoke to the wife and kids, and they were like, I don't know.
And the wife and kids already know where they want to go.
What did he eat for breakfast the day he changed his mind?
There was a parody account that said he saw his shadow and it'll take 6 weeks.
Groundhog Bron.
All right, guys, we are going to end the terrestrial radio portion. We're going to get to a quick post show. For Grant Mona, John Browner, Timothy Parker, we are here on the Sporting Tribune today. We'll see you in the next one. All right, we're back on the post show. Tim, did you have any thoughts on this Kawhi thing or LeBron thing? You seem like you were ready to jump at.
Yeah. I'm still on the LeBron thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm surprised LeBron doesn't know, as brand conscious as he is, as reputation conscious as he is. You all know we go to these games. He doesn't even take a free throw without watching to see who's looking at him. So for the fact that he's taking this long to make this decision and doesn't realize this is hurting his brand is astonishing to me.
Don't you think it's not, though? Don't you think it's making because the World Cup's over, Summer League's over, what NFL training camp is kind of barely started. Now everyone's talking about this. This is the biggest story. Where's LeBron going? Where's he going to go?
He's got to do it tomorrow.
Report?
He's got to do it tomorrow. It cannot go longer than Sunday at the max. Because we're all football driven at that point. Now he's hurting himself again. It can't go on any longer. This is crazy. Like, and
the thing is, Tim, sorry to cut you off, but the thing is, all of these teams that he's trying to go to, we kind of already know what kind of teams they are. We know what type of organizations they are. And sure, like there's reporting now, conflicting reporting, that
about
he's waiting for all this. Yeah, he's waiting for teams to make moves around him so that he can go for the right amount. I don't believe that. I just think that he's just shuffling his feet here, and that all these teams we know who the Warriors are. We know who all these teams are. Pick one.
Let's start from the beginning of this shit, right? Initially, the teams that it wasn't about fit, remember? It was about happiness.
Yeah.
Yes, and family.
It was about family and happiness. Okay. Then when the Jaylen Brown thing happened, then it was rumored, well, that might be about championships.
Yeah.
So he's telling you his thought process. Well, Rich Paul is, and by the way, Rich, I love you. You're doing good work. Go sit your ass down, dog. Go sit your ass down. We don't need no more pods from you, brother.
Yeah.
What you've been able to do in the agent space has been absolutely monumental. For a black
They're
man
doing one a day.
for a black man to have come in here and have done this thing in this agent space, I respect you, dog. I really do. If you think people believe you met LeBron in the airport and then this took off from there, cool, brother. You can keep lying to everybody. Okay. But let me tell you this. You ain't got a pod every day, dog.
Yes. Every day.
You ain't got to leak a story every day. You're part of the reason we're tired of LeBron. Let the thing take its course. If LeBron doesn't want to play until December or January because he's old, we all accept that. But what y'all are doing is that y'all are holding up every other move around the league because nobody can do anything until this happens.
Yes.
So the 4 teams that y'all might be holding up, those are 4 teams that need to do 4 or 5 other moves once y'all make a decision.
Yes.
And so because y'all taking forever, y'all are delaying other grown men's situation. Like James Harden thought he was a superstar. Boy, has that rotten to the core now. James Harden is waiting for LeBron to make a decision. If that don't hurt your ego, nothing will. So this idea that it's not about vanity, dog. Vanity is a disease, and he likes to be talked about. Every time he turns on the television, he wants to be talked about. And Rich Paul knows this. That's why Rich Paul somehow magically has done a podcast every day for the last 4 weeks. Don't he got another job? Ain't he dating Adele? Brother, ain't you got flights to take? It's summertime. You ain't got no vacations to go on.
Yeah.
Like,
Bro,
stop.
John, there was this one time. Okay, sorry to cut you off again, but there's this one time. There's this one time. Okay, this is during the middle of the season. I don't know when it was, and this is when he first started his pod with Max Kellerman. And I remember I was watching clips of him, like, oh, we just released this pod, and there's clips coming out of I don't know what he said, but they're all over social media, and I was like, oh, okay, they did a pod today. I go to the Clipper game, and it was a big game because he doesn't just go to any games. He goes to all like the big games, or if his big clients are there.
Yeah.
And I'm courtside, like before the game, just watching like Kawhi warm up or something, and I see Rich Paul in the same outfit that he just was in the podcast, walking courtside in the same outfit that I just saw him on social media earlier in the day, and I was like, wait a minute, am I seeing this right? Is this like a hologram or something? That's Rich Paul in the... Did he just walk out of... Did he do the pod at Intuit Dome? What happened?
I saw Rich Paul once talk about, and this is how most of these guys are full of shit. I saw Rich Paul talk about he takes economy flights. And at that point, I knew I couldn't trust him.
Wait. I saw that same thing. I don't think he said he takes economy flights. I mean, he just doesn't take PJs, he said. He's not sitting back with us in 33B.
Listen, the man said he in the window seat with me.
No.
He needs the leg room on Southwest, bruh. At that point, I knew I couldn't trust him. Stop it, dog. Stop it. You ain't got to take the PJ, dog. But come on, man. Everybody ain't buying your bullshit, dog. And when that pod started, I said to myself, that's probably destructive for your clients, dog. You sitting here, you out here saying inflammatory statements. You're saying things that your clients will have to answer for mid-season. You don't think you don't think other agents are going to give you that Suge Knight at the BET Awards? Hey, you don't want your agent all podcasting.
One thing he did say, he said Tyrese Maxey is the face of the Sixers. And you know who Maxey has to deal with when he goes back?
Joel Embiid.
Yep. And now Jaylen Brown. He said this after the trade. And you can't just go around saying stuff like that as his agent.
And we already can see Tyrese Maxey's a good man. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
He's deferential to his elders. He's deferential to Joel Embiid. He will be deferential to Jaylen Brown because he's a respectful dude. He's just a loving dude. And so he's putting him in a situation where Tyrese Maxey's going to have to prove himself to be the leader, because now this guy basically said he's the best player, and you got a Finals MVP in his prime coming on your team. And you got a former MVP when he does play. I don't give a fuck who on the court. He's the best player. If Joel Embiid takes the court, he's the best player. Period. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Because if you think you can stop him when he get on the court. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. So, Rich Paul, brother, you've done amazing things.
I just put it up for you, John. There it is. Said I fly
look at
Delta.
This. See, brother, go sit down, please. Go sit down. Just because somebody give you a mic don't mean you got to say something, okay? I know it could
this goes back to the bigger point that he was trying to make in the first place, where I feel like this is a topic that just came out of nowhere, where everybody is now talking about, well, you know, I did make like $20 million on my contract, but I only got to spend $5 of it because of it. I'm like, and everybody's weighing in, like Draymond's weighing in.
Let me go off. Okay.
Everyone's like, why is this a topic? I don't know where this came from. I don't know who originated this.
Now you
but
it's the lack of financial literacy.
All of these athletes are like now coming out of the woodworks and saying, yeah, you know what? My $40 million isn't what it really is. Like,
that's because they have rich people fees. I mean, and they should be aware of that. John, go ahead.
John, please.
Hey, buddy, it's me again. Does 60,000 buddy make the trash man? That ain't 60,000 either, motherfucker. Okay.
Yes.
The waitress making 55,000. That ain't 55,000 either, motherfucker. But she figuring out how to get by. The average person who busts their ass a week to see you play one game a fucking month, one game a fucking year with their kid. They don't give a fuck about you not being able to manage $30 million. They don't give a fuck, buddy. They don't. Shut the fuck up talking about how much money you did and didn't spend. The average person out here is fucking struggling to fill their motherfucking gas tank up. And you stupid motherfuckers have now got this idea in y'all head that y'all finna go around talking about financial literacy when you can't fucking manage a $90 million contract. I don't give a fuck how much taxes they take out that bitch. You knew that before you got the money. Well, the person taking tickets at the stadium don't know how the fuck they don't keep their lights on, bitch. How dare y'all? How dare y'all?
To be fair to the players.
Fuck that.
No, listen to what Rich Paul is saying. You just said
to the players.
Listen, obviously, John, I agree with you because that's real life. But your point was that Rich Paul is also saying is that players say we didn't know. They don't. A lot of them don't know. They think they get 90 million. They think they at least get 70 of it. They don't. They really don't. No. They really don't know.
Okay, Tim. This is where I'm gonna.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
You're arguing.
Not crying for them.
Right.
Like, I'm saying who gives.
You're presenting their argument.
Yeah.
I understand
why it's being discussed.
I understand what you're saying, but to get 90 million, you got to get 10. To get 150 million, you got to get 3. All these guys didn't start at 90 million contracts like Bron did right out the gate. Most of these guys started on rookie deals. Mm-hmm. So these rookie deals, when they take out 65% of your money, if you live in the state of California, if you play professional sports in California, you lose 65% of your check. Yeah. You knew that when you were making, I don't know, 12 million over 4 years. You knew that. So to now play dumb when you get 95 million, the average person doesn't care. And I understand what you're saying, Tim, that because they make more money, so they have different issues in life that they have to navigate through. I totally understand that. Keep that shit to yourself, bruh.
But it's also
to yourself.
It's also the question of that fans have all the time. People in our positions, you know, like I don't, unless y'all millionaires, people in our positions or below, people who are poor, ask the questions: if you're getting this much money, how do you go broke? And this is the answer that Rich Paul is giving us because they were not literate enough to not handle their money well. Like, how did you become Delonte West? That's the question.
This quote, hold on, John, before you get this quote from JJ Redick that I just put up there, He said, "This is the thing that I just don't understand when players say this. You've got
JJ Redick,
this is quote. You've got $5 million to spend. You're in the NBA. You're going to get a nice car. You're probably going to buy a nice house, but you're going. What do you mean you're going to? It's not a requirement for you to do all of these things. It's not a requirement for you to go pay for all this jewelry. It's not a requirement for you to go pay way double of price for 8 bedrooms when you don't need it." So, like, JJ saying that, it's like a slap in the face to, like, common people. You don't have to do these things just because you got $5 million.
Nas once said, "I've been rich longer than I've been broke."
Mm-hmm.
Only a person who's been rich longer than they've been broke will tell you that $5 million is not a lot of money. It's just not that. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. Most of these guys who come from nothing, and they like Bam Adebayo lived in a double wide. You know who you don't hear talking like that? Bam Adebayo. They're guys you know who you don't hear talking like that? Giannis, who him and his mother were sharing shoes during games in their early teens in Greece. Sharing shoes during the game. Selling watches on the weekends to try to make money to feed their family. You don't ever hear any of them talk like this. And Giannis has just about more. He might be one of these $1 billion NBA contract guys. So this idea that, you know, this is something that's going around. No, it's going around with certain particular clients of certain particular agencies.
But I mean, honestly, this is a real thing. I look at a guy like Allen Iverson. If his people didn't protect him, who love and care about him, and get him that deferred Reebok contract,
the Reebok deal,
he would be broke.
But whose fault is that? We are all responsible men. At some point, you make enough money to help other people out. You make enough money to not realize how many people you helping out. At some point, you got to look in the mirror and go, "This on me." I can't point this finger at somebody because I'm paying everybody else's rent because I'm a generous guy. That's on me. You were generous to people. Your generosity will forever be remembered by these people. But now you broke and you got to live with being broke. It was great that you were generous to these people, Allen Iverson. It was great that you were, you know, Delonte West, I would use him particularly because he's got a mental issue. That's not there. But, you know, Shawn Kemp needing to own Subways now. Bro, that's on you. You got 20 kids or something like that. Like, that's on you, fam. That's on you. So I don't have a lot of sympathy for these guys because at the rookie symposium, there are people who tell you these people are licensed financial advisors. When Vince Carter lost, I think it was $17 million because he got beat on a bad business deal where he got scammed by somebody who wasn't approved by the NBA Players Association and the NBA. That's on you, smarty pants.
Yeah.
So I just don't have, these guys have, and again, I want to say this, these guys have all the tools at their fingertips to make the right decisions with their money, but they don't. They don't. And to now for them to think that they're going to be the ones to teach people about financial literacy, because I saw CJ McCollum having this conversation as well when he said that he never touched any of his NBA contract money. He was spending money that he had off a little
endorsements,
an endorsement deal, in which he made like $300K, and he basically lived off that his first couple of years in the league. That's somebody who knew what to do with his money. That's not a guy telling you, "Man, I got all this money and I didn't know what to do." So there are guys out there who I will entertain a conversation about financial literacy because they never fumbled their money. What I don't ever want to hear any of these guys say is, "Man, I made $90 million. It was gone before I knew it." No, dummy. It wasn't gone before you knew it. You spent it because you dumb. You dumb, buddy. You're dumb. And no one in the real world cares. The cab drivers don't care. The line cooks don't care. The waitresses don't care. The ticket takers don't care. To them, you're one of these stupid ass people that the next 30 for 30 gonna be about when you lose 200 million.
So I mean, okay, again, I can't believe I'm defending the players right now.
You are.
But I'm thinking, but I'm thinking about me in real life. as more money I made in my career, whether I started out when I was living in Delaware making $25,000 in a small market to now making, let's say, 6 figures, my lifestyle became more expensive. My rent quadrupled with my salary quadrupled.
Let's have this conversation about you. Why?
I'm not living in a $500 apartment or in LA. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, I was, you know what I'm saying? I
get it. Listen, yeah, you can get nicer things, but I'm saying like JJ Redick, you got to buy a nice car. Like you have to do.
Okay, yeah.
It's like no, you don't have to. You don't have to buy an 8-bedroom house. Get a 2-bedroom or a 4-bedroom townhome in the middle of a beautiful area. Then, like, what do you need all that space for?
Tim, did you go buy a Bentley?
Hell no. Hell no.
Did you buy a Hublot?
I don't know what the hell that is, but hell no.
That's $1 million watch.
It's a watch.
Oh no, like I got me a $100 watch from somewhere. That's it. Like okay.
Now, bang. Okay. Now we talking. So you went and got a $100 watch because it still tell time. Okay. you drove you got a nice car because in LA you're in your car more than you're ever really comfortable with. So you need a nice car. I don't fault people for buying nice cars in LA. You want to live in a safe neighborhood in Los Angeles, so you will move into a better neighborhood. But at that point, your vacation don't need to be a private island. I'm talking about you in particular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to eat at Ruth's Chris every night.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't need to be.
I feel you.
Okay. So my point is, even when you made enough money to really be comfortable and be proud of the career that you've made, and you're proud of the money that you make, you're proud of the position that you've earned. You as a man, you still have common sense to know this ain't gonna come every day, all day for the rest of my life. Yeah. I earned this position that I got, so I need to take care of what I've earned because I busted my ass for it. So therefore, I'm gonna spend it wisely. Yes, your lifestyle should increase because you've earned a uptick in lifestyle because you've made more money. But you don't need to be, buying watches that don't have hands on them. You don't need to be buying ugly ass $17,000 Louis Vuitton shoes that if they want Louis Vuitton shoes, you wouldn't wear them. You'd be wearing some F1s.
Yes.
You'd be out here in some Chucks.
Yes.
So nobody wants to hear these guys when they say, "Oh, I lost my money." How did you lose unless you lost your money on a business deal where you got scammed like Vince Carter did where you lost $15 million. I care about that. If Vince Carter lost $15 million because he bought 8 homes, fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care. And so I get it. I understand it. But if you grew up poor, you know how hard it is to get money. And if you work that hard to get that money, why would you blow it unless you dumb?
Yeah.
All right,
good old Rich Paul.
I'm glad that Matt y'all brought that up because I've been seeing that and I just don't talk about it because that really fires me up, man.
That's a great combo, man. Me up. All right, guys, listen, we're going to get out of here. We're going to let everyone enjoy their weekend. We'll be back next weekend. We'll be back next week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Timothy Parker, John Browner. We had some awesome conversations. Make sure you check us out on all audio platforms on YouTube. I will have this up tonight. My name's Grant Mona. We'll see you guys in the next one.